your daily Philadelphia Eagles podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Here with a Fox 43 and YouTube exclusive, I'm Louie DiBiase, the host of the Locked On Eagles podcast, getting into the breaking news today that right guard Brandon Brooks has retired from the NFL. Brandon Brooks was signed as a free agent in Philadelphia back in 2016, spent 6 seasons with the Birds, and man, were they memorable seasons. And it's a tough day for the organization, but also a day to celebrate an incredible career from number 79. One of, if not the best offensive line free agent signing in Philadelphia Eagles history. Brandon Brooks was an instrumental reason this team was able to win a Super Bowl back in 2017. He was, for 3-4 years, there was an argument to be made that he was the best offensive lineman in the entire NFL. Pro Football Focus had him ranked as the highest offensive lineman in 2019. Brooks announces his retirement today, really pointed to those serious injuries that he's had the last 2 years. And back in 2018 as well, he tore his Achilles, 3 serious injuries in 4 years. And it only allowed him to play in 1 game the last 2 seasons. Brooks saying, at this point, his body was telling him that it was time to hang it up. The recovery process was taking much longer, and that's why he was not able to return in 2021. It was expected that this was going to happen, even if it wasn't through retirement, whether it was through being cut or traded, something like that. It was expected Brooks was not going to return to Philadelphia for the 2022 season based on that, the high cap number he had, based on as well the injuries and also the emergence of Landon Dickerson in his rookie season, Isaac Seumalo eventually returning from injury. You have Jack Driscoll, you have Nate Herbig, 4 foundation pieces that are young that can play both guard spots. So although it was expected that Brooks was going to hang it up, it is still tough to see such a legend go. And, again, without his dominance at right guard, the Eagles probably do not win a Super Bowl in 2017. They probably don't turn it around at the end of the year in 2018 to make the playoffs. And the same thing to win the NFC East in 2019. He was instrumental on the field. And it's incredible to look back and see how dominant that offensive line was. An Eagles team had Jason Peters, Jason Kelsey, Brandon Brooks, and Lane Johnson all on the offensive line. I mean, absolute dominance. That could be a bunch of Hall of Famers. And no matter what, they were the best at their position for a really long time. What a luxury it was to have all those guys up front. And it led to a lot of winning football with this Eagles organization. But it wasn't just the impact that Brandon Brooks had on the field. It was also the impact he had off the field. Brooks was a huge advocate for mental health awareness. There were multiple times throughout his stint in Philadelphia where he had to take time off due to anxiety issues. And Brooks really changed the way that people perceive mental illness, especially when it comes to professional athletes, especially in such a grueling, tough gladiator type of sport like football. Brooks really did change the narrative and the perception. And I think that really resonated with a lot of people and it inspired people. And that's why, to me, a lot of people in my life that have never really been connected with sports and don't really understand our love of sports and our connection with it. And the reason that I specifically chose a career in this field is because of people like Brandon Brooks, because of the platform that he has. And you can see the positive change that they can make, the inspiration that they can instill in people, not just on the field with their play, which is a huge part of it, but like I said, off the field. To see somebody like Brandon Brooks that's going through a lot of the same issues that so many people in this world are going through, and to hear him say it's okay to not be okay. Again, these guys are seen as heroes, right? World-class athletes. Nothing shakes them. The biggest pressure situations they come through, i.e. 2017, 2018, and 2019. Brandon Brooks saw more adversity on the field than anybody. But to see that he also went through that mental health problem off the field and to see him overcome it and, bring awareness to it was truly inspiring. And so Brandon Brooks, his legacy in Philadelphia is cemented forever. He should never have to buy another drink in the city of brotherly love. It was an incredible run with the Eagles from 2016 to 2022. The Eagles move on with a youth movement inside on the offensive line, and Brandon Brooks looks to take his next step in life. And hats off to an incredible career from number 79. I'm Louie DiBiase. This has been an exclusive Locked On Eagles video for Fox 43 and YouTube. As always, thank you for downloading, thank you for watching, and let's go Birds.